It's time for Blumpkin and Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Holy shit!
Excuse me, bitch!
Hold on to your butt.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here again is my friend,
Joey Black.
and this is part 2 of back-to-back episodes talking about concert stories. It was going to be one episode, but there's just a dearth of material, and I split it up.
Just too much to handle.
And I don't think anybody would have sat through 45 fucking minutes of the other episode.
Nobody wants to hear us talk that long.
That's sons of bitches. Another show I went to at the Quest.
Yeah.
I was going through a breakup, so I was real bummed about it.
Sure.
And I just wanted to get out of the house, and I asked my friends what they're doing. Like, oh, we're going to this concert. I don't think you'll like any of these bands. They're kind of emo.
Nice.
I'm like, fuck, that sucks. Count me in. Fuck.
Who was it?
Matchbook Romance, The Early November, who? And Chiodos.
Sure.
I've seen them live twice somehow.
Chiodos, I've seen them a couple times.
Yeah.
Fuck, probably a handful of times, actually.
Yeah. During, I believe, the early November, one of the guitarists called his girlfriend out on stage.
And broke up with her on stage.
God, I fucking wish.
Aw.
That would have been so much cooler than what happened. What happened is he's like, we've been together for so long, and I just care about you so much, and whatever your name is, will you marry me? Like, that's his tone of voice. Very monotone. But, will you marry me? And then there's some stupid girls in the crowd like, woo! Clapping, cheering. I'm like, that isn't real, you stupid cunt. Like, he probably does this at every stop on the fucking tour to see how much internet talking they can get about their shitty band. I was not there to have a good time. I was there because I was mad at the world, and I just didn't want to be in the basement of my parents' house anymore. Never go see the Matchbook Romance. They suck.
I don't think I've seen them.
Yeah. Will you marry me? That's got forever written all over it. Speaking of forever, correct me if I'm wrong, sir.
Oh, God, what?
Did you not meet your estranged wife at an MSI show?
Was it MSI? I don't know.
Was it not the Fuck Joe show?
Was it the Fuck Joe show?
I think it was. I was there, Neil was there, Graham and Frosty from It Radio were there.
Yeah.
And you were hugged up on some girl.
And that's the one I met her at? I don't think so. I think that's two different shows.
I don't know, dude. All I know is you were there with her, hugging up on her, and I thought, who is this fucking chick? Maybe that's the first show you went to with her after you had banged her and met her at another show.
I don't know.
The point is, I just want to bring up that you met your estranged wife at a concert.
Yep.
And you were just trying to nail her, but then wound up in a relationship.
That's how they always work, man. Gotcha, bitch. That's what they do.
Yeah, and then pregnant and married.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the order.
No, it was married then pregnant.
Okay. Well, you knocked her up like right away.
It was pretty fucking soon, yeah. Yep.
Okay. I just remember her saying to people, I was just supposed to be a one-night stand, and then and now we're getting married. And at the time, you're like, how do you not tell somebody that that's a fucking terrible way to explain how you met as we're sitting at your wedding rehearsal dinner?
That's hilarious.
God damn. I'm not bagging on you. It has nothing to do with that relationship.
No. Ask Lasagna how we met. We met on Plenty of Fish.
Oh, God.
And she beat me down until I was like, all right.
She beat you down.
I was trying to push away at one point, and she was not letting it happen.
She's like, no.
Yep.
You will be mine. You're mine.
Basically.
Mine.
Her culinary skills and blowjobs got me.
Okay. That's weird. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, well.
Let's throw out that we're Eskimo brothers because
everybody
of her.
knows that. Everybody knows.
It's common knowledge. And she's not mad when I bring that up, which is refreshing. There's a few more stories here that I'm going to rapid fire.
Sure.
Walrus the Human told me once that he went to the Run the Jewels concert.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, I had so much fun at that show. He's like, I just was drinking my ass off and I was shit-faced and I was double-fisting and jumping around and spilling my drinks all over everybody.
Nice. He's that guy. That's cool.
Yeah. Which ties into me winning tickets to the 93X X-Girl finale years ago when Steel Panther played at whatever club that was owned by, like, AXS.
I don't know.
I forget what the fucking club was called, but it opened, and then a few months later it closed.
That makes sense.
And we're there, and I wasn't super into Steel Panther.
Well,
but I liked them.
I wouldn't gather you to be.
I like 80s hair metal.
Some of it.
Yeah. So there's this fucking guy next to me. Annoying as shit.
Are you going to tell me it was Walrus?
No.
Oh.
If it was, though, and I didn't know, that would have been fucking ironic. God, I wish I could go back in time and look at the kid's face. He's a skinny little bitch of a kid. Anyway, there's 4 or 5 guys in front of me. They keep fucking cheersing constantly. I'm like, God, you guys are such knobs. Fucking clank beers. We're drinking so many beers. Yeah, we're all gonna fucking get DUIs. Yeah, and our lives are gonna fall apart. Yeah, cheers. Fuck yeah.
Steel Panther. Woo.
I've got cancer. You don't know yet. I'm gonna die.
I'm just picturing Randy Marsh. Like 4 Randy Marshes is what I picture.
God, close. They were like in their late 20s and all looked like fucking Banana Republic wannabe financiers.
Okay.
Nerds. They're not the problem. The problem is the skinny kid next to me who kept fucking like having his arm in my face. I'm like, get your fucking arm out of my face. I started politely like, can you like put your arm down? You're right in my face, bro. And then I was less polite.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a beer. And then he spilled some on me.
Nice.
And then I told him, and I put my mouth right up to his ear, and I put my hand on his throat. And I said, if you don't back the fuck away from me right now, I swear to God, I will end up going to jail. Something to that effect. I basically threatened his safety, and then he moved over a few feet.
Logical.
And then I had a good time.
Nice. Congrats.
Isn't that nice? Where, related nature, I went to I think it was the 93X Butterball a few years ago. Rob Zombie played. I've told this story before.
I think I remember, yeah.
I don't do well in crowds.
Yep.
I don't do well when people invade my personal space by bumping into me repeatedly.
Yeah.
Some fucking guy was drunk as shit and trying to mosh and running into everybody. So without thinking about it, I grabbed him from behind and put him in a fucking rear naked choke.
Nice.
Like a standing rear naked choke. And he's like, oh, fuck you, get off me. And I'm like, oh shit, now what? Like you instinctively grab someone.
Yep.
Because I was working in the jail at the time.
Yep.
And I'm like, now what? And thankfully, my friend, JC, bails me out. I let go, and he shoves the kid away before he can turn around and see who did it.
Nice.
And I just looked at him like, thank you.
Good thinking.
So I was your sober cab tonight, and you just saved me from getting into interracial Donnybrook.
Nice.
Because the kid that I choked was either native or Mexican. I don't know.
One time at a Twisted and KMK show, God, I could have swore you were there. I don't know. I don't remember who was there. Maybe my brother. I don't know.
It's probably Bubs.
It was probably Bubs. Yeah, somebody busted a fucking ashtray, like a glass ashtray, over somebody's head, and it was like this Asian gang war broke out.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it was bad. And I remember being in the middle of it because it was in the middle of the crowd. Like, this kid went up, like, right in front of me and just whack. And, yup. I just went into fight mode and spun him around, and he threw a kick at me. And I caught it, like typical, like, ha-ha, and then just clotheslined the fucking shit out of him because he was like half my size.
Right. And then you ran.
Security came and got pulled up. And yeah.
Did you get tossed?
No.
Did he get tossed?
I don't. Yeah, I think all of them did. Yeah.
That's good. That saved you from getting stabbed to death.
Yeah.
Probably.
It
Because
was
one of them.
It was like a Brock clothesline. It was good.
Was it?
It was good. I was impressed with myself.
As opposed to that time that I remember outside of Showplace Theater, I wasn't there for this, but you and your estranged wife went to go see a movie and some kids were talking shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
there were like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, it was like 5 or 6. But
was it?
Yeah.
You ended up being grabbed by and held by a few of them while one kept repeatedly punching you in the face and nearly broke your nose.
No, I had my knuckles on and they were, yep. The one guy didn't end well. It was,
no?
Yeah, no. So they came up in like a group and were talking shit, sum it all up, and I spit in the dude's face. Like I knew I was going to get my ass kicked.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. No, I just spit right in his face.
That's
I didn't
ballsy.
care. And,
it's a felony even.
So then I got sucker punched as soon as that happened.
From the side?
From the side.
Motherfucker!
And so then that's when I was like, all right. So I went in the pocket, took out the knuckles, and I started swinging. And I connected a few times with a couple of them on their heads. And yeah. Yep. I've used those various times.
Here's why I remember that story.
But yeah, I was like spitting blood at him, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, your wife said, "Oh, baby, it was so sexy the way that you were fighting those guys, and then that blood running down your face. I was so turned on." I was like, "What a fucking weird thing to put on MySpace."
MySpace, that's hilarious.
Jesus fucking Christ.
that was a big fight. I remember that.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
My friend Other Neil,
Yes.
Steiny,
Yeah.
he told me that at Ozfest 99, he and whatever chick he was with at the time went to go get down in a porta-potty.
That's gross.
And initially, yeah, but it's also like very taboo, so that's kind of sexy to me.
It's got it. Nope. It's gross. It's going to be hot.
Yeah.
It's going to smell. Nope.
His words were that the initial smell was so fucking strong that it overtook any urge that he had at all. It just sounds like Jimmy from South Park.
That's kind of what I go for. It's kind of a mix of Jimmy and when they poop out of their mouth. That's what I was going for.
I want you to think about the logistics of banging in a porta potty for a second. I don't want to just bypass the fact that he did this. Because one thing I didn't ask, and I should have, is how were you guys positioned?
He had to have been sitting, and she just had to have just bounced.
I didn't think of that. That's an easy way.
Yep.
But what if, like, she puts one leg up on the seat, and then he just, because he's only like 5'7".
Oh, sure.
So he could just like get underneath and just get
yeah.
this under pump.
Yeah.
At an upward angle.
Depending upon the size ratios of the people, that's going to affect the different angles you can have.
Or if she, like, kind of like a tree frog was up on the walls with her arms and shit.
Right.
And her feet spread, and he's just, like, tagging it hard upright from behind.
While she's hovering over a hole filled with shit.
Well,
Perfect.
You have to wonder, too. It was probably a row of porta potties, right?
Right? Yeah, for sure. It had to have been. It's Ozfest.
And it's not, because if it was a single one and somebody pushed you over while you were fucking in a porta potty, think it's bad enough if somebody tips a porta potty with you in it and you're covered in blue, soupy poop goo. But then there's both of you, and it's all over your unmentionable parts that you were just hammering together.
That'll just ruin Ozfest right there.
You're also hammering the shit stink right into her pussy. Just, it's in the air.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nope. Not in a porta potty.
Ugh.
Maybe if it's a brand new, never used porta potty, then I might consider it.
Really, like they just took
they just dropped
the
it off.
shrink wrap off the motherfucker. We just peeled the screensaver film off the seat.
Yep, exactly.
Another good story that is not mine is my friend Rick James. Mm-hmm. He tells me this story a few weeks ago. Perfect timing for the episode. He was at Wee Fest.
Okay.
And he was like sunburnt.
Go figure.
And also chafing from sweat.
Yep.
In his groin area.
Perfect.
And he's like, oh man, I need some like lotion or something for this. Because it feels hurty.
Yeah.
I sound like a 5-year-old. It's hurty. So Rick James, and I assume he was drunk at the time.
I mean, it's Wee Fest, so probably.
Well, it's Rick James, so probably.
Fair enough.
He likes to tie one on. So Ricky goes to his truck, and he grabs the only thing he could find.
Oh, jeez.
Which is a
Mountain
small... Dew. No. He's trying to energize his junk for the X-Games. I'm going to pour some amp on D's nuts and see how many women's I can get pregnant.
These nuts!
Okay,
He takes a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Oh, no.
And he goes into the porta potty, and he applies it, and he's like... I immediately regretted that decision.
Yeah, obviously.
It stung. I had nothing to wash it off. He rubbed it all over himself. He's like, it was just a bad time.
That is just, no, that'll ruin your Wee Fest.
How do you not know that something with an alcohol content is not safe to put near your genitals?
I don't know.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah.
I've never really lotioned my junk in the summer. I've powdered.
Oh, there's some stuff called Fresh Balls that you put on when you get out of the shower, and it helps you.
Fresh Balls.
Yeah, that's a brand.
Huh.
Check it out. Fresh Balls. Stay fresh. No,
Really?
I'm going to get paid. Check it out.
You're not.
No, I'm not.
They're not going to give you any money, and you're not going to use it to buy any more
How awesome would it be to be
wrestling
sponsored by
t-shirts.
Fresh Balls, though?
Anybody can be sponsored by Spunk Lube.
Spunk Lube. That's a brand?
Spunk Lube, yep.
All right.
And my friends that used to record in Pennsylvania, the Basket Case podcast, they got sponsorship through Spunk Lube.
That's hilarious.
So they sent them a box of free, like, samples and shit.
That's amazing.
But they had to plug it, like, every episode multiple times. And I just went...
That's fine. That's hilarious.
I would not want to do that shit. That's why I'm, like, vehemently against real sponsors. I record strictly my own fake commercials.
Right.
Well, this next story is mine again. I told it on the other show, the What Do We Call It podcast.
Okay.
It was the time that I took my stepdaughter to her first concert.
Okay.
It was Froggy Fresh.
Oh, I got a couple people that are friends of his.
Really?
That I know, I mean.
Oh,
like
shit.
Friends that are friends of his, yeah.
Huh. Lame claim to fame.
I wouldn't even call it that. I've heard the name. I don't even know who he is.
You couldn't spot him in a crowd?
Nope. No clue who he is.
Tyler's fucking awesome.
Is
He
that-
raps
okay,
under
is
his
it-
real name now.
Which is?
Tyler Cassidy.
Tyler Cassidy.
Yeah, he does. He used
Any
to do
relation
like really...
to Orange?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. He used to do like really fun, like kid-themed. Clearly they were adults, but acting like they were preteens
Okay.
in his videos for years. It was like this ongoing storyline. And now he's just Tyler Cassidy because he wants people to take him seriously again.
Mm.
And he makes like all piano songs now.
I mean, I dig piano beats.
And it's funny when he peppers in the swear words because he never swore as Froggy Fresh.
Okay.
So this was, in all estimation, perfect for kids,
Sure.
right? There was one problem. They weren't sure they were going to let kids into the show, even though he's a very kid-friendly act, and it was 7th Street entry, and they serve liquor inside. So they got all the parents together
Sure.
before the show, and I had already like tweeted at his manager. They're like, "What's your name?" "Okay, we'll talk to the owner about making sure the kids can get in." So I'm like, this is a big deal for me. She's
Sure.
never been to a concert.
Yeah. That was the whole reason to go.
Yeah.
Wasn't it labeled as like an all ages
No.
or 13 plus, or it didn't have any restrictions to begin
I
with?
think it was 16 plus.
Okay. And so we were just trying to get it lowered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was like 8, 9 kids there that were less than that.
Sure. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
So they huddle the parents together and they warn us, like, there's going to be liquor served here. Just so you know, you're responsible for your child. We're like, yeah, okay, no
Obviously.
shit.
Yeah.
And the show begins, and the opening act is local band Murph. Murph.
I'm not familiar.
Okay, Murph, short for Murphy, Alex Murphy, RoboCop. They're a RoboCop movie tribute band.
Okay.
But it's like
All right.
weird because their singer just screams the whole time, like noise screaming.
Okay.
And they have 2 drummers.
2 drummers.
Yeah, I don't get the point of that. They seem cool,
Okay.
and he's like swinging from the fucking ceiling rack of the lighting. They had to tell him to get down off the rigging and shit. And at one point, we're standing there, and I'm like, uh-oh, because he grabs a beer, and he starts fucking shaking it up.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, motherfucker.
No.
We were sitting, and you've been to 7th Street Entry, right?
I've played there, yeah.
Okay, so it's like, what, 25 feet away from the stage is that raised up
Little-
section
yep.
with bar stools and a
Yeah,
wall?
if 25 feet, if that.
We're sitting there. He comes on off the stage. He starts spraying everyone. He douched my 7-year-old stepdaughter in beer. And it's on me.
Sorry.
And I look down and I look at her, and immediately I was prepared to commit a very public murder. Not even a beatdown. Like, I got up out of my fucking chair
Yeah.
and started walking towards him. But then he zigged, and I'm like, I'm going to go to the bathroom and wash this shit off, and I'm going to try to come to my senses so that her first concert with me does not end up being her last concert with me unless they have a prison talent show. But, dude, this guy, he just fucking scraggly hair, dirty as fuck. He looks like the walking embodiment of hepatitis.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and I was so mad. Maybe I shouldn't have been mad. But there were kids. You don't need to spray
yeah.
beer in a fucking crowd where
Right.
you've played 6 songs already. You can see there's kids.
Right. Play to the audience.
I think he was just doing it to be a prick.
If it was Kool-Aid, it'd be another.
Yeah, but I'm just ready to fucking pounce on. I would
Yeah.
not. It would have taken the whole security team.
You would have went RoboCop on him.
No, I would have locked in the fucking Kata Hajime like Taz, and there's no coming out of that shit. I would have Taz
is
missioned
awesome.
your ass into the afterlife.
Survive if I let you.
They would have needed to fucking stab me with pencils or something, and even then I would have been like, doesn't hurt. I'm not letting go. He's still gurgling. I'm not letting go.
Yep. When he stops, I'll stop.
And I'm not saying that to sound like a tough guy. That's just initially my reaction was to resort to extreme violence.
Yeah, that's what happens when people fuck with your kids.
Well, it's also kind of like what Jared Allen said back in the day when people were messing with him at the mall and he had his girlfriend with.
I don't know.
And he's like, don't come at me. I don't give a shit. I'll snap your neck and write a check to your family. I don't care.
He had the money for it.
That's a fucking quote. I will snap your neck and write a check to your family. I don't care. Look that shit up.
Good old Jared Allen.
You have to have another concert story. And you.
Let me see here. I mean, did we talk about the show at Roberts? And I want to say it was Twista, and there was like this giant brawl out front.
No,
did we talk about that?
You talked about the Asian gang war.
Oh, that was at the Quest.
Yeah, at the Twisted KMK show.
Yeah, that was Twisted and KMK. So yeah, when I opened for Twista, which funny, we couldn't even be in the building when he was sound checking. Like we couldn't be on the fucking property actually because he was sound checking, and we were opening.
Why?
Because Twista's a fucking diva.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, his whole management team, everybody was a dick. Anyways, but no, there was just after the show, I remember sitting on the front steps of Roberts and seeing just this giant melee of at least 15 to 20 people. Bats, like it went down.
Bats.
It was in the news. I think that was the show that got Roberts closed eventually there because it closed down shortly after.
I feel like, hold on, where's a pen? Let me bite at my teeth here. Watch out with all these fucking bats. Anytime somebody says bats, I just fucking go back to Fear and Loathing.
Fear and Loathing, yeah. No, baseball bats in this case.
Oh, okay. Which makes me think of Dry Kill Logic made a song for like MLB Slugfest, a video game back in the day called Riot at the Bat Rack. It's a pretty badass track considering it was made just for a soundtrack for a sports game.
A baseball game at that.
Greetings. My name is Daisheng. I'm the president and CEO of Angry Dragon Incorporated. Today I come to you with the promise of better vascularity and more stamina. I am speaking, of course, of a new male supplement simply called Bona Fuel. Made from a proprietary blend of 13 herbs and spices that I am mostly confident are all natural and will leave your wood so rigid that you can break bones with it. Giggity. I fully guarantee that if you add 2 teaspoons of this powder to any beverage, that within 15 minutes, you'll be fully petrified and ready to enter battle with even the most honorable of foe. Imagine the look on your lover's face when you remove your kimono and present a Bushido blade the likes of which has not been wielded since the times of feudal Japan. Available at all GNC stores or local small-time grocery stores that also sell outdated produce. It's not just fuel, it's Bona Fuel.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
I have a lot of good Quest stories. A lot of memorable shit went on at the Quest.
I mean, the Quest was awesome.
For a period in time, that was the club
Yep.
in the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
And when it shut down, I was like heartbroken.
Oh, for sure. I liked it more than First Ave.
I mean, as great as some shows I've seen at Roy Wilkins have been, like I forget what year it was, but I think it was the second or third time I saw ICP. It was like a record cold with a blizzard going on, and Neil and I still went.
That sounds very familiar.
And then we left our coats in the car because we didn't want to get them covered in Faygo.
Obviously.
And we're walking down the street past a parking garage. Some guy's like, "You fuckers are nuts!" As he's all bundled up. I'm in a t-shirt. Like, fuck you. It's only like a 5-minute walk, you vagina. So this Quest story, I don't even remember the band, but it was a heavy metal show. And some people came up next to us. I was upper level, over the guardrail. I like to hover just about 5 feet from the stage.
Yep.
Perfect view.
Yep, that's where I always go for too.
And some scrubby skater chick and her brother and their dad or uncle are next to us.
Brother, uncle, okay.
And I've talked about my spatial proximity issue. Like, I don't get in my fucking bubble.
Right.
It's bad enough if you're touching me, but if you're touching me and you're sweaty, that brings it to a whole nother level.
Yep.
If you're not just sweaty, but you're flop sweating, and the shit's like getting all over, this fucking chick was wearing like kickwear pants.
Ah, kickwear.
Yeah, the Uber tube leg ones,
Sure.
and like a hoodie, and it was summer.
Nice.
So she's sweating in sheets. And she starts headbanging. And I'm just like, oh my God. I keep like fucking stepping back. I'm getting
misted.
furious. And then her brother's like, "What's your friend's problem?" to whoever I was there with. And he's like, "Your sister shaking sweat all over is grossing him out." I want you to think of right now people are wearing fucking masks to go to Target because they're afraid they're going to catch the new plague. And I was getting coated in somebody else's sweat. That's the thing about concerts is you're in such close proximity. You're just gang piled up against people, especially in general admission.
Yeah.
Dear sweet Lord. Just the raining of the sweat. Ugh.
Yeah, no, that's... No.
Yeah.
I don't even like my own sweat.
Odd.
Yeah.
You're just like, ew,
Yeah,
ew,
I would rather be cold.
ew.
I would rather be cold than sweaty. Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Minnesota boy.
Fair enough. So I saved this story for last, just like I saved the big story for Neil meeting Jimmy Urine and the writing poop on the back of Korn's tour bus with his hand in the dust.
Right.
Writes poop, and Jimmy's like, that's awesome! And he buys Neil nachos. Now this one is not as cool, but it's a very memorable one.
Okay.
This happened back in 1999. Stained was the opener. I had just started to hear anything about them.
Right, that was back when they were actually...
They were
decent a
nothing.
little
They
bit.
were just starting, and Dysfunction had just came out, and you could go to Target and get it for $7.99, which I did the next day.
Okay.
And then the second act, I believe, was Kid Rock.
Gross.
No, he put on a damn good show. This is Devil Without a Cause era.
Sure.
This is before he got uber popular and was on TRL.
Before he turned country.
Long before he turned country, but
Right.
I think that's a natural progression for just about anybody in his position. With that kind of level of influence of country artists.
Yeah, I mean,
love of
considering he
outlaw
started as a
country.
DJ with a giant flat top and looked like Kid and Play, that's a whole nother thing.
That's okay. You go back and listen to Grit Sandwiches for breakfast. It's a head trip. So Kid Rock plays a fucking great ass set.
Okay.
And for Kid Rock, we had gone up to the seats.
All right.
Because people were sneaking down to get to the floor. Nobody does the reverse. We did the reverse.
Hey, I like seats. You can relax and watch
Right.
the show.
And then it was time for Limp Biskit to come on.
Oh, yeah.
Giant stage with a chain link fence type jail setup. They had like people hanging out in this thing.
They had go-go dancers in their fences.
I think they either had friends on stage or you won a contest and got to be on stage.
Okay.
But the point being is this is a very infamous show because this is the night that Fred Durst got arrested for kicking a security guard in the fucking head.
What brought that on, though? Did the security... From what I remember, if I remember right, the security guard was being a dick and he deserved it.
He was fucking with some kid.
Yep.
And Fred kicked him in the back of the fucking head. It's like, mellow out.
Good.
Fucking leave that kid alone.
Yeah, security guard's on a fucking power trip.
Yeah. So, one of the funny things there is he's like, yeah, get him the fuck out of here, and you're not getting paid for tonight. And I looked at my friend, and I'm like, can he do that shit? Does he have that kind of power?
I don't
I mean, it's like the promoter really controls that shit. But anyways, so that happens. He gets arrested. It's on fucking MTV News.
Right.
It's all over. So anyways, I'm at a concert a few months later, and we're talking about this.
Yep.
And I asked the security guards, I'm like, could he hypothetically make sure that guard doesn't get paid? Like, it seemed like the guard had it coming. And I'm not saying I'm glad he got kicked in the head. I'm trying to diplomatically try to get an opinion out of these security guards. Well, here's the thing. That was the ICP show in the Blizzard.
Okay.
And also at that show, MSI played. They got booed off stage. To the point where Jimmy Urine's like, fuck it, just throw shit at me. And he puts his arms out like he's Jesus, and it starts raining garbage. So here I am trying to play devil's advocate here with security. And they're like, why don't you shut up?
All
Like,
right.
wow. I didn't realize that your best butt buddy was the guy who got kicked in the fucking head.
Right. Just trying to fucking ask a question.
God damn, dude. Like, you hear this shit and you're a young fan and you don't know what the fuck is real and what isn't. Like, maybe Fred's just posturing because he's blowing up right now. He's a national act and he's getting ahead about him.
Right.
So I don't know any of that shit.
Any publicity is good publicity, so kick somebody in the head.
Well, I guess, unless you're like, Jerry Sandusky. In which case, I gotta believe Penn State was like, great.
Blumpkin and Friends.
Anyways, we've reached a point in the show when it's time to play a game.
Yay. He's doing the smiley face at me right now. You guys can't see it.
You will be playing an RPS challenge.
Ooh, okay.
It is non-title.
Oh, of course it's not.
Exhibition. And this will be the first time that this person has played
the RPS challenge, I believe. You are going up against a girl.
Ooh. In a debut match?
Okay. You will be going up against Roxy.
I don't know who that is.
We did the coronavirus episode together.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Blumpkin and Friends proudly brings to you the Rock, Paper, Scissors Intercontinental Championship Challenge Championship of the World!
RPS, 5 hands, unless we go to overtime.
Ooh.
Joey Black against Roxy. The following contest is set for one fall and is a non-title exhibition match of RPS. In this corner, wearing far too much Bullet Club related clothing and looking like that guy in those new soap commercials that are in every fucking YouTube video I watch lately, Joey Black.
Yay. I don't know about the soap commercials, though.
I'll show you after the thing with the thing.
All right.
And the challenger, not actually here, but she's a lady with boobs. Roxy. Hopefully she'll be successful in kicking your ass so I can laugh at you.
I mean, probably.
Hand number 1.
All right. I'm going to go with Skizzers.
You went with Skizzers. She went with paper.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you right out of the gate.
Yep.
Don't get a big head about you.
Nope.
Mr. Aviator Glasses indoors.
It helps. It builds my confidence.
Does it? Or does it just keep the shop light from beaming into your eyes while you're a little relaxed?
I'm always relaxed, bro.
Yeah. Hand number 2.
I'm going to stick with Scissors.
You went Scissors. She went paper.
This is a squash match, son.
Okay. I hope she fucking beats your ass the next 3
I know, there's
rounds in
still
a
3
row.
more to go. Watch me just lose all of them.
Overconfident motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hand number 3.
Rock.
You went rock. She went scissors. So you've already won. But we had to point at your muscle. God damn it. Really? So we got to play it out to see how this goes.
All right.
So you're on a roll.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hand number 4.
I'm going to go rock again.
You went rock. She went rock.
Okay.
There goes your clean sweep, motherfucker. Hand number 5.
I'm going to go back to Skizzers.
You went scissors. She went rock.
Ooh. So much
She got in
out.
one shot.
Yeah.
It's 3-1.
Yeah.
You win.
Your winner, looking like a homeless person that went shopping at Hot Topic, Joey Black. Golf claps himself. Motherfucker. Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin and friends. We are on iTunes and on Podbean at blumpkinshow.podbean.com. For original songs by yours truly, you can go to soundcloud.com/BlumpkinMusic or go to YouTube and search Blumpkin Music.
Nice.
To find Genre Treason or Joey Black, you can go to
Facebook. Find Genre Treason there. It's just facebook.com/Genre Treason. Twitter at Genre Treason. Instagram, Genre Treason.
unappreciated.life.
Unappreciated.life is the website for everybody. You should actually go check out Noise Monster. That's
Dr.
Noise
Murr.
Noise with a Z on Twitch. He is blowing up and he is the shit.
He is the shit.
Yep.
I can neither confirm nor deny his blowing up status.
He's sponsored by Twitch now. He's making money off it.
Somebody's flushing a toilet upstairs.
Nice. That's people flushing money, giving it to Murr.
Inconsiderate. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm Joey Black.
Good night.